so much for this joyous occasion, this beautiful sunshiny day that we have gathered here together to bless and pray over Irvington Woods. God, we thank you for all of the people who made this possible today. God, all of our partners, the Weinberg Foundation, Harkin Studio K Architects, Res One, the Maryland Department of Housing, J.P. Morgan Chase, M&T Realty Capital Corporation, Enterprise Community Investments, Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation, God, the Clover Hill Advisors, Klein Hornig, Home to Housing, and everyone who had their hands in this project. God, we pray for your blessings as they have sowed seeds into Volunteers of America, Chesapeake, and the Carolinas, that you would return that investment back unto them. God, we pray for the city of Baltimore, thanking you, God, that your spirit is moving and working in this city. Thank you for all of our churches and our leaders, our mayor, our governor, who is every day working to bring about change and love in this city. Now, God, we bless this property, this Irvington community, these 71 units. God, while many people are trying to make homelessness illegal, God, you have called us to minister to those in need. Thank you, God, that as we serve those in need, we are serving you. And so we bless everything that will happen on this day as we cut the ribbon for this property, giving you all the praise and the honor and the glory in your most holy and precious name. We ask these things. Amen.
Well, good morning. I don't know if I have the same energy as Jules, but I am taller. So give me 1 second there, Jules. So good afternoon and welcome to this wonderful day. Welcome to the ribbon cutting ceremony for the residences of Irvington Woods. For those who I have not met yet, I'm Candace Vanderwater. I am our newly appointed President and CEO of Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas. Thank you. We are a faith-based organization that has proudly served Baltimore since 1896. We are committed to creating healthy communities for all. Our work in this city has always been rooted in the guiding conviction of our founders, where we go where we are needed and we do what comes to hand. We believe people deserve to be met with where they are and given the opportunity to regain stability, dignity, and independence. Over the years, VOACC has served the chronically unhoused, veterans, men and women struggling with behavioral health challenges and recovery challenges, as well as individuals returning home as second chance citizens. Central to our mission is housing, because we believe housing is connected to healthy communities, where stability brings with it a safe, affordable place to call home. For the past 25 years, VOACC has intentionally combined affordable housing with the human and health services that help people to rebuild their lives. In Baltimore, we've offered both permanent supportive and permanent housing since 1996. The residences at Irvington Woods is the latest chapter of this commitment. A fully rehabilitated quality place to live that remains affordable and has on-site support team working to connect the residents to the broader services and opportunities in the community. Before I share a bit about the project, I'd like to recognize and thank the elected leaders who joined us today. Mayor Brandon Scott, City Council President Zeke Cohen, Comptroller Bill Henry, State Senator Dahlia Attar, Council Member Paris Gray, Delegate Malcolm Ruff, Delegate Sean Stinnett, Council Member Mark Conway. In addition, I'd like to recognize Kimberly Sawyer, who along with her former boss, Councilmember Chris Burnett, also supported this project within the community. I'd like to acknowledge key partners in the room who also supported to make this rehabilitation possible. Brian O'Toole, Chief of Housing Production with Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Earl Millett, Managing Director for the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation. Omar Black, Chief Operating Officer, Harkins Builders. And Russ Snyder, my predecessor and VOA's past president, CEO. Yay. And to all of our development partners, thank you. This successful rehabilitation is a product of intentional collaboration and shared purpose. So a brief background. Volunteers America Chesapeake Carolinas originally acquired Irvington Woods in 1996. The property was first rehabilitated through the state of Maryland's low-income housing tax credit program in 2005, and it has been serving residents ever since then. After 15 years of service, it was due for a renewal. So beginning in 2020, we partnered to reimagine and renovate 71 apartments, overhauling the infrastructure and systems to ensure longevity and quality for years to come. In May of 2024, we closed on the financing for this $22 million project. And in the last 14 months, our team has worked side by side to complete the rehabilitation, welcoming back long-term residents and opening the door to new ones who want to call Irvington Woods home. You'll have a chance to tour the updated units after the ceremony between 1:10 and 2 p.m., although we're ahead of schedule right now, so we'll see how that goes. I hope you'll take that opportunity to see firsthand the care and craftsmanship behind this transformation. But it isn't the finish line, this is a milestone. Across Baltimore, Volunteers America Chesapeake and Carolinas and our development team, which is MAN DC, Mid-Atlantic Neighborhood in DC. We have Mike Sheedy here. If Mike is here, where's Mike Sheedy, our executive director? Are advancing additional affordable housing efforts in Clifton Park and Riverside. And we've recently secured approval for the Pratt House redevelopment. Yes, woo. Together, those projects will bring another 430 affordable units online over the next 5 years. This progress is very meaningful, but it's also not enough. We can do more, and especially with the leadership of partners like Mayor Brandon Scott and Secretary Jake Day. Mayor Scott, we're honored to be your partner. We bring resources, experience, and commitment. We also need your continued support. Help us move these projects forward, point us in the direction of new opportunities, and together let's expand housing to access in every part of the city. So, without further ado, please allow me and join me in welcoming our next speaker, Mayor Brandon Scott.
Thank you, Candace, and I promise to keep us ahead of schedule because that's the best way to be. Thank you to you. Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Councilman, Madam Senator, Mr. Delegate. I think I've got all the electeds out now for all being here. I also want to thank, obviously, my good friend Earl and the folks at the Weinberg Foundation, but all of the funding partners, Chase Bank, M&T Enterprise, Harkins Builders, Studio K Architects, Site Insights, Clover Hill Advisors, Residential One, and most importantly, Miss Dorothy, Miss Cunningham, the Mayor of Irvington, Miss Dorothy Cunningham, who's here today. Because it takes so many people to make a project like this happen. But that amount of people that were involved in this project will still be small in comparison to all of the impacts and benefits that these individuals and their families and this community will see in the years to come. And that's what this is truly about. Not just about those individuals, but their families and loved ones and our city as a whole. because the best way to fuel Baltimore's rise is to make sure every one of our residents is doing the same thing, that they're rising to be the best version of themselves. And that starts with making sure that every single Baltimorean has a safe place to call home. For decades, our city has had a shortage of quality, affordable housing, and our residents, our friends, neighbors, and loved ones have paid the price. This is personal for me as it is for all of you. When I was a very young staffer in City Hall, I was driving down 83 going back to City Hall, and I saw out of the corner of my eye, as you were coming down the Pleasant Street ramp, a familiar face. It was one of my former coaches who had fell on hard times and was homeless. But we were able to get him the help that he needed, and I know he just returned from Baltimore from being an official at the AAU track, the Junior Olympics this past week, because we have to make sure that we see our residents who are suffering or dealing with homelessness as human first. We know that there's this effort right now to, again, make folks who are suffering from homelessness inherently criminal. But we have to fight back against that and continue to do things like this, working together to build out housing options citywide to lift up those, especially those who are veterans, especially those who have suffered with mental and substance abuse issues, to give them the long-term affordability and also the long-term sustainability that they need to succeed for them, their families, and for Baltimore. This ribbon cutting is a part of that vision. It's further proof of all of our shared commitment to equitable growth and community empowerment. Together, we are not just building homes, we're building hope for families, for communities in the city. Thank you very much. And with that, I will turn the microphone over to my good friend Brian O'Toole from the State Housing Department and Community Development. Thank you, sir, for being here.
So on behalf of Governor Moore and Secretary Day, congratulations to everyone who's contributed to making today happen. And I think we share, Secretary Day, the governor shares the core mission of Volunteers of America, to leave no one behind, as the mayor described. That can be anybody at any time. And it is up to us to kind of connect and make new lives possible. I did want to say that I am familiar with Volunteers of America and its work in the past, and really just wanted to extol the combination of passion, care, and skill required to breathe new life into old projects and to create new ones. I think the mayor would agree that with the governor and the secretary, we all may have aspirations and values that are important for projects like this. But without that combination of skill and passion, it just cannot happen. And so the partners here on the ground who work so hard, sometimes because we make it hard, but not always. So sometimes there are other people who make it hard, but it's hard. But the fact that they are not daunted, that whatever that fire is that keeps them going, that commitment to community and to residents, that's what's really driving us and making it possible for our general aspirations to come to fruition in projects like this. So let's do more. Great that you referenced that, and we'll be right there with you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So allow me, it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Council President Zeke Cohen.
Thank you to all the good folks from Volunteers for America. Thank you to my colleagues in the state legislature, my colleague in the city council, to Kimmy, who I know also worked on this project for a long time, to our mayor, to everybody that rolled up your sleeves and got it done. I just want to say that Baltimore is winning right now. Yeah. And we're not just winning because we saw the lowest amount of homicides in forever in the first 6 months of this year. We're not just, and thank you Mayor Scott and State's Attorney Bates and all the folks that dug in on that. We're not just winning because this year, for the first time in a decade, we saw our population go back up when it had been declining for the last decade. But we're winning because we're seeing unprecedented levels of collaboration across sectors, across boundaries, across geographical regions. And to me, that is what this partnership represents. It is folks rolling up their sleeves, digging in, building, getting to work, and getting it done. And I'll just say, the council right now is doing a lot of work in partnership with the administration around opioids, around trauma, around mental health. And one thing that we know is that if you do not have a safe, stable place to call home, it is almost impossible for you to get yourself into treatment, for you to get yourself the support that you need. And so having a place like this to call home where you've got support, wraparound services, you've got what you need, this is huge for the city of Baltimore. And as we continue to work with our partners in the nonprofit sector, like Volunteers of America, with our building community, with our foundations like Weinberg and so many others, and with each other, this is what it looks like to rebuild a Baltimore for everybody. So again, thank you so much for committing to this work. Thank you for getting it done, for seeing the finish line. This is awesome. Housing looks beautiful, by the way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is now my great pleasure and honor to introduce my friend, our Senator, Dalia Attar.
Thank you. So as a senator of this district, nothing warms my heart more than to be at events like this. Some people talk about how housing could be a luxury. That is not accurate. Housing is not a luxury. Housing is a necessity. Housing is a right. And that is why we are here. We all know there's an affordable housing crisis. But when we see Volunteers of America and everyone coming together and making places like this happen and ribbon cuttings like this happen, it truly is an amazing moment. Now, I know we clapped already and gave a shout out to the mayor of Irvington, but let me tell you something. Oh, I'm sorry, I saw her pick up her phone for a second. Let me tell you something. An event like this does not truly take place without people like Miss Dorothy Cunningham, who truly is the mayor of Irvington. So let's give her another round of applause because she deserves it. But a couple of weeks ago, I was on a panel with the mayor at a regional infrastructure summit, and we were talking about collaboration and how important it is. And then I come to an event like this, and I look around the tent, not the room. I look around the tent and I see the collaboration. We have state, we have nonprofits, we have city, we have people from everywhere coming together and making this happen. So I'm not going to say any more thank yous to individual people because we did that already, but I'm going to say as a whole to everyone in this tent, thank you. Thank you for making this happen, and thank you for acknowledging that housing is a right. It's not a luxury.
Join me in welcoming our next speaker, Mr. Brian O'Toole, who serves as the Chief of Housing Production for Maryland's Community Development Administration, and who is...
Once is enough.
When we change the script, we really need to let the baby CEO know what's going on, so my apologies. Well then, let's move it along, and we'll keep with our timing here, but let me introduce Omar Black, who I do know has not spoken, and he is the Chief Operating Officer for Harkins.
Being the builder, we usually don't get the opportunity to come up here and stand behind the podium, so I'm extremely grateful and just want to say it's a real honor to be here to celebrate with y'all this incredible milestone. This is the third affordable housing project we've had the privilege with working VOA on, and we're looking forward to doing some more together in the future. That's a shameless plug. Not that good of a joke. The residents of Irvington Woods provide 71 newly renovated homes with improvements that will directly enhance the lives of residents who live here. This just wasn't a construction project. It was a coordinated effort to revitalize and uplift while maintaining the comfort and dignity of residents who remained on site throughout the entire 14-month construction period. For all the residents that are here right now, I just want to say thank you very much for allowing us into your homes while we are building it and living there with us through this entire process. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to give a special thank you to our Harkins team who managed this complex 6-phase project with tremendous care and professionalism. Kyle, Melody, Rick, Will, and the entire others who are working on it went above and beyond to deliver not only high-quality product, but a smooth, respectful process for everybody involved. What I think made the difference was the teamwork, not just within Harkins, but within our development partners, our property management team, and our relocation specialists. Their collaboration ensured that every resident felt supported and informed during the transition. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize a personal connection to this new neighborhood. Harkins' former president and CEO, Blaze Cook, was from Irvington and cared deeply about the neighborhood and the city. So when our team works in Baltimore, and especially in the Irvington community, it carries a deeper meaning. There's a sense of pride and responsibility that comes with the building in a place that is tied to our own history, and we don't take that lightly. Of course, none of this would be possible without our public and private partners. Thank you, Mayor Scott, and all elected officials. You guys continue to be champions of equitable housing. Thank you to the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, who played a critical role in making this project a reality, as many others throughout the city and the state. And thank you to all the funders and financial partners. Thank you for believing in the importance of this work and helping bring it to life. At the end of the day, this is more than just a construction of buildings. It's about strengthening communities, creating stability for families, and investing in the future of Baltimore. So thank you very much.
Okay, our next speaker, Earl, you have not spoken either, correct? So, all right, Earl Millette, who is the managing director for Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation.
Thank you so much. I have not spoken, but I do believe I'm standing between you and closing remarks to kind of wrap this up, so I will make it quick. On behalf of Amy Klein, who leads the housing work at the foundation and really worked with this project, I'm here, as working for a foundation, we get a lot of thanks and have gotten a lot today. But we really want to thank you for doing all of the work and giving us an opportunity to invest in an important community. As a fellow city resident, I'm really proud to see this work and where it's going, and as people said better before me, what the individuals will be able to take advantage of this housing will be able to do, because that's really the start. We're kind of finishing one phase, but really this project isn't finishing in our eyes. When the trustees at the Weinberg Foundation are asked on many different levels, funding different projects, why did they consider this one? Well, one of the biggest reasons, and my thanks to Volunteers of America, is the over decades-long partnership of success and bringing these projects forward. So that's crucial kind of for our involvement in any project anywhere, and we wouldn't be able to do it without their expertise and the faith that we're able to put in them. And then we look into the project and we want to make sure it's not cookie cutter. There are different levels of support that in partnership with the funding they've gotten for different units, because not everybody needs the same thing. We're not looking to just create something that could go anywhere. It's something specific for this community, and then even within this housing project, there are units that are specific to different families' needs, and we're so excited to see that. And then when we look at what we're able to do from past refinances or building new units, it's bringing in the case management and the services and supports. Because it was Harry and Jeanette Weinberg that said over 35 years ago when they were starting the foundation that while other people are able to do all of these things, people will need housing, they will need health. And that's really their mission, their foresight that we could see that we're still following through for. And we're just grateful for you providing us a chance to be a small part of that bringing forward. So thank you for starting what will be an amazing outcome for this whole community and Baltimore City.
Thank you very much. Now, our closing remarks, please help me welcome Councilmember Paris Gray.
Thank you all for attending here today. I promise to keep this brief as I am the last speaker, I promise. I know you've heard from everyone, or as the mayor likes to say, lottie-dottie and everybody. So like I said, I'll just keep this really brief. Today is more than a ribbon cutting. It's a celebration, not only of apartments, but what community, commitment, and compassion means when it all comes together. Right here in the heart of Irvington, Volunteers of America, Chesapeake, and Carolinas, the Mid-Atlantic Neighborhood Development Corporation, and Mason-Dixon Group have done something truly remarkable. They've taken a bold vision and turned it into reality with 71 affordable housing units for families and folks that are most in need. But even more than that, they built a foundation for hope, stability, but most importantly, opportunity. Because here's the truth. Housing alone isn't enough. What the Volunteers of America has done through this project and through their housing and homeless services, it goes beyond more than just a roof and four walls. They created real support systems. They've created from case management and life skills to mental health and substance use referrals. This is what wraparound care looks like. This is how you break cycles. This is how you build futures for families. And just like the progress we're making in reducing crime across the city, when you approach the work holistically and intentionally, success is sure to follow. And I can tell you from experience as working as community outreach coordinator prior to me taking the helm as councilman, Volunteers of America just didn't show up in this community and have this ribbon cutting and invite elected officials and have Ms. Cunningham and the rest of the folks here today. From day one, they were in touch and in tune with our office and with the city, working lockstep, having the meetings that needed to be had, listening to constructive criticism, giving us updates, meeting with community associations. One of the first things that I was tasked with was making a connection with Ms. Cunningham, and I think they met at least once, if not more than once. And that's what we need from a community partner. That is the type of work that we need, and that shouldn't just be something that I'm up here saying congratulations to. That should be the standard and the bar. So I thank you, Volunteers of America, for showing up and being intentional about collaborating with our communities. Also, I want to let you know that what they did is, like I said, it's not something that happens all the time. It is usually us, the elected official, the folks working in the office, the city, that are chasing folks down for updates. But with them, it was the exact opposite. And so as your councilman, I just want to say thank you. But more than thank you, I want to say we see you. We see the investment you made in our community. We see the commitment to dignity, stability, and self-sufficiency for families in the city. And I'm excited to continue this partnership with you. And I know the city is excited to continue this partnership as you guys continue to do the great work across the city. So I want to say thank you to Volunteers of America, to the Mid-Atlantic Development Corporation, to Mason-Dixon. But most importantly, I want to thank you all for going through the speaker gauntlet. We are officially done with the speakers, but we do have one more thing. We have a presentation. And from the Comptroller's office, we have Mr. Kick is here from the Comptroller's office is going to do a presentation, and then we'll go ahead and we'll cut that ribbon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Clemens Kakis. I work for State Comptroller Brooke Learman. I'm here on her behalf. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I have a proclamation that I'll read out real briefly. Be it hereby known to all that this certificate of recognition is presented to the Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas, in celebration of the ribbon cutting of the residents of Irvington Woods, the newest housing community for Volunteers of America, Chesapeake and Carolinas. This development of 71 apartments in Baltimore City neighborhood provides safe, affordable homes for people experiencing homelessness and features upgrades and amenities. My sincere gratitude for this phenomenal organization contributions and best wishes for continued growth and success. Presented the 4th day of August, 2025, Comptroller Brooke Learman, State Comptroller of the State of Maryland. Thank you.
Hello, perfect, one more, amazing.
Hi, everybody. I'm the has-been CEO, but thank you all for being here. I did want to offer Delegate Ralph a chance to get up here and speak to.
Don't groan. I know you guys thought it was almost over. It is almost time to cut the ribbon. How about that? All right. So as another member of the 41st District Delegation, I'm very, very honored to join you all, Volunteers of America, CEO Vanderwater. Thank you all so much for your hard work. And it has been highlighted the significance of our housing crisis in the state of Maryland, and it is top of mind on the House floor of the House of Delegates and throughout the General Assembly. I can tell you that we want to put the numbers on that. We work with data, and it's not enough to just call out the fact that we have a significant housing crisis, affordable housing crisis. We are almost short 100,000 units in the state of Maryland. 100,000 units. 100,000 places where families could set up residence, just like our city council president said, to have stability. And the problem is that is most focused where? Right here in the city of Baltimore, and specifically here in the southwest region of our city. We know when you look at the map of all of the vacant housing that exists throughout the city of Baltimore City, it is significant here, and the closer you get to Hilton Street, the worse it gets. And that's why I'm proud to be a significant partner with our mayor, our wonderful Mayor Brandon Scott, and our initiative with the partnership with Build and GBC to raise $3 billion over 15 years to eradicate vacant and blighted housing, the almost 40,000 units across this city. So I won't hold us up any further. I'm gonna shout out Miss Dorothy as well. I love you, Miss Dorothy, for all the work that you do, for always standing up for decades for this community. And now, let's go on to a bold new day here in Southwest Baltimore and cut this ribbon.
3, 2, 1.